Hey guys, Miskatonic here. Welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4, the third Odyssey mod as Elysia. And I'm just going to unpause it right away and let the time pass. We just finished a war, and the war went pretty well. We are coring everything currently. So we're going to have a few years of peace, maybe a bit more than a few. Our manpower is quite low. We only gain about 100 a month, so it's going to take a while to replenish that. And I think we're at least close to the force limit. We're actually a little bit over, so I'm going to get rid of one of the cavalry. With the support penalty being so high, or I guess low in this case, 20%, cavalry is, you can't have too many of them. And since we're going to be using the militia button quite frequently, that it comes with the cavalry, so I don't want to have too many of them around. Looks like our leader is finally in power. 315 is not that great, and our heir is pretty bad actually, 212. But we'll take what you can get. And we might be able to do something with our merchant. Not quite. Yeah, and this colony is going to take much longer now since we lost that bonus. We're only growing at 5 a year due to the manpower shortage, which I'm not sure if we can actually get rid of just yet. Yeah, it's going to be another 40 years. Alright, Detaon has cord, so now we can see everything around us, which means we can start fabricating on Tuscarora down here. And we can actually convert it as well. It's going to take a while to do, but might as well get started on that. Looks like the natives are fighting over here. Yeah, I think you can have access. Doeg is fighting Tutelo and Lenape. Tutelo. And we could afford an advisor. We definitely want... Actually, missionary strength would be great. That'd be perfect. And we want more admin points because we want to unlock our idea. The idea, it forces you into taking development ideas. The idea being that you're developing a colony, so you must take this. And the first idea you get in it unlocks all of the other groups, but it is an admin idea as well, so we want to start stockpiling admin points to reach that as soon as possible. And the idea itself is actually very strong. It gives you a colonist, which replaces the colonist you get just for existing. That bonus goes away, and you don't get 2 colonists, you get 1, basically. It allows you to recruit explorers and conquistadors as well, so that's useful. And then population boom, 25 more settlers a year, which is great. Goods modifier is okay. Settler chance 10% is pretty strong, I think. I don't know if there's another idea that does that. I could be wrong. Yearly inflation reduction is great. Land maintenance modifier is good. Build cost and development cost, and colonies start with 100 settlers. This idea right here, it might be the most powerful idea outside of like core construction cost. I can't think of an idea that I would take every time. If I was playing a colonizing nation, like you would always go for this idea, no matter what. Colonies start with 100 settlers is really good. Not to mention the other things. Trade power modifier is great, and an extra colonist at the end. So it's a very strong idea group. It's almost done, actually. And our colonies, or our provinces are starting to core, which is useful. And we can actually fabricate on this guy. I'm starting to see New York over here. The clergy is starting to demand land, which is unfortunate because I don't have too much to give them. Yeah, that's only 4%. Actually, you can have this. That's more than enough. The clergy, I think, are not any different than they are in for other nations. I think they're identical. Same with the burghers. Actually, speaking of this, I would love for you to give me military points. Awesome. I could try to... Actually, no, I can. I can grab admin points from you. So that would be 10 influence. Yeah, it's not really enough. I'll take the 50, might as well. And actually, well, I don't need the stability. I will for some of these events, I think, but... Yeah, like, I'll need stability for this. Unless the aqueducts happen first, it's possible that they do. And I need stability for this as well. We are converting much faster now, thanks to that advisor, which is great. This war is still going on. I'll take the 50 dip. And yes. Uh-oh. Albanians have expanded again. Where did they go? They went to... Alright, so that converted. They went to Nea Athenae. New Athens, basically. So... Yeah, it's just these three so far. I've seen them expand two at once before, which is interesting, but it doesn't seem to be the case this time. Alright, Ivos is finished. We don't need to core it, so I'll go to Powhatan. This is the last province we need. Alba. Alright, so Ivos is finished. There might be a decision for it. Here we go. Control over the bay. We now have control over the entire Elysian Bay. This right here, and all shipping passing through to our illustrious capital through here. We are once again in a position to demand toll from trade ships and control the flow of trade. The first bit of income has already come in. So we gain a little bit of money, some diplo points. The capital of Ivos is renamed to Twin Guards. I'm guessing just to reflect the strait, or the, little entrance here. And we get Seagate toll for the rest of the game, 20 trade power and 2 force limit, and 4 base production in Ivos. And Cape Hatteras renamed to Elysian Coast. So I think this sea tile gets renamed. Yep. And apparently that finished our mission, which doesn't make sense, because Alba's not finished. But I'll assume that's normal. Alright, so clergy and the Dynatoi both need land, which is not good. Since I don't have more than one province to give them. I don't really want them having control of any of the Heartland. Dynatoi need 15, so I guess they get this one. Oh, actually, I can't give them that one. Yeah, put them over the limit. I guess I give the clergy Platos. And let's get our idea. Alright, so Ivos has finished. I could give it to the burghers, but I won't, and you'll understand why a bit later on. Maybe the mission didn't need cores in the provinces. I'm not sure why they counted this as not, or as finishing the mission. Alright, when can I revoke you? July, okay. Yeah, I'm going to need to do some rearranging just to make sure that everyone's happy. Noble birth, hold on. Many of the families of the Danatoi won their current position due to the actions of a forefather who served the state in times of war. For most of their sons, a life in the field is therefore the only imaginable career. With the modernization of the army, however, common officers are no longer entirely unusual. Members of the nobility have now approached us, asking that we guarantee what they feel is the given right of their class. No man should be able to take service as a commander in the Elysian armies who is not of noble birth. I really want them to lose influence, so yeah, we will not commit to that. And that actually was perfect. Although they still have more land than they technically need, but it should be okay. Same with the clergy. It'll work out. We lost our leader, it looks like. And our force limit also went up by 4. We fabricate on you. And you as well. And make sure that these guys are topped off. They are our ally, so we want them to be happy. Right, cruise is finished. What was our mission? Cruise, okay. Great. Yes, I'll take the turn Alba into a city. That sounds great. Since we're doing that anyway. So Elysia is up to 33 development now. Alright, we've discovered the map, actually. Well, a great portion of the map, which means hopefully we can do something. Not quite yet. Well, we can go here. I guess I will. I have nothing else to do with my merchant. Yeah, we don't have enough range to get up here yet. Do I want to send you up to Ohio? I guess I do have a center trade here, inland, so that does make sense in a way. And we could build some stuff. Like I could build a castle in the capital. I kind of like that idea, actually, just to have it there. This is unfortunate. Alright, give me the inflation, I guess. And who conquered who? Maybe no one. I just got the claim for him, okay. We can fabricate on you again. Yeah, no one else is in range, unfortunately. This guy is. Form a colonial institution. I'm not sure what makes this pop up, but we have long struggled to organize the settling of more distant lands. This can change, though. We are experienced at seafaring and settling new lands. All we need is a strong national institution to oversee and organize our colonization programs. With such organization and our strong traditions, we will be unmatched at claiming new ground for the glory of Elysia. Okay, so we have to complete the entire idea set, and then we get... Oh, okay, that's good. Free colonist, still less range, but free colonist and global settler increase for the entire game, so that's definitely useful. It'll be a while, though, to complete that whole idea set. Especially with this garbage leader that we're going to get. This guy's not even that great, but this guy's much worse. I'm going to make him a general as soon as possible. Alright, this guy has migrated. Let's make sure we're always fabricating, if possible. Yeah, this one's going to take a much longer time. And one last province to convert. And we're already at 25% Patriarch Authority too, which is rather decent. And you can see the Norse faith up here. What benefits does that give you? Land and naval force limit. Is there anyone else I can fabricate? Not quite. We got Markland up here. He would take an alliance too. You know, I might as well try to keep them from attacking each other. Okay, so since I allied him, he's trying to offer me a trade deal which would break the other deal. And the other deal is still better, so we're going to stick with it. Yeah, go ahead and improve relations too. Should be getting close. 440, okay. Do I have a negative modifier to idea cost right now? Okay, interesting. Idea cost. Yeah, idea cost plus 10% from Silk before people. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's grab this. So we have an extra colonist for 1 day. It will disappear rather quickly. Yeah, expansion becomes organized. Our nation's progress in the field of colonization have rendered the spontaneous efforts of our people to cultivate more land obsolete. Colonization is now directed and regulated by our government. This reduces friction with the natives considerably, since we try to respect their territory as much as possible. Shame, I liked getting free land. It's true, I did like getting free land. Yeah, so we're down to 1 colonist again, which is okay. And I think the aqueduct event will fire before 1500, if I remember correctly. It'll be rather close, though. I'm not sure what the trigger is, to be honest. It might just be getting Alba finished. Yeah, we'll definitely go for the points. And another military tech. So we got Greek designed crossbow. Seeing as losses were to be avoided at all costs and allying with the natives could only provide so much manpower, the exiles quickly adopted ranged weapons, favoring the crossbow because its easy usage meant every citizen could help defend, and training a soldier with this weapon didn't take very long. Since creating gunpowder is no longer an option, muskets and rifles are out of question. So they added new units for the Greeks too, which is pretty cool. Oh, that was apparently a bad time to switch units, but we made it. Speaking of which, I don't actually need you guys to be funded. Very, very much, anyway. As far as marketplaces go, Ibos would be a great place for one. So would our capital. And so would Noagora. Alright, so that's enough for now. Those are all of our important centers of trade and the like. And we're now collecting almost 3.5 ducats, which is much better than even 10 years ago. Also, I think everything's now converted, which is great. No revolt risk anywhere. We could even culture convert if we wanted to. There's not really a reason to, and I will show that later. Currently, most of our land is Greek. A good portion of it is Greek. We also have the Albanians over here, and then, oh, here they go again. They got into Manhattan, unfortunately. I'll give it to the burghers. Hopefully that will offset some of that penalty. It looks like they don't give a trade malice, so it should be okay, them being there. Oh. People require solid guidance. Some of our priests have requested an audience today to discuss matters of faith. They feel there is a lack of proper guidance without a decent church structure, and that this may cause fractures among our people, especially between those who settled further inland, I guess. They request funds to organize a new patriarchate for this new world, united under a single patriarch, so any theological debate can be held internally and under the patriarch's supervision, rather than unnecessarily burden the common people with affairs they do not fully grasp. The funds required would be sizable, but a loyal patriarch would often guarantee a loyal people. So, what does this give us? We get the Elysian Patriarchy until the end of the game, missionary strength and tolerance of the true faith, and we also get a religious center in our capital. So yes, we will definitely do that. It does cost a bit of money. Yeah, we'll look at that in a second. Alright, it happens slowly but surely. Years of isolation in life among the natives have influenced the culture and language of our people, as such that they can no longer be considered Greek. Instead, we have decided to style ourselves as Elysians, speaking in the Elysian tongue, fashioning Elysian clothing. One wonders what future will bring. So we are now the Elysian culture. Let me take a look at that. Elysian. All of our Greek land was automatically converted. Basically, it's just a way to represent how Greek has changed since arriving here. It's no longer Greek, it's now Elysian. And also, construct a grand harbor. What do I need for this? 500 gold and stability. Okay. Well, I will grab the stability, actually. Just to be prepared for that. And I need military engineer and naval reformer. There's a military engineer. Alright, so as soon as we have enough money, I'll be doing this. Scholars have discovered a great book dating back to before the destruction of Carthage, describing the architecture of their famous Grand Harbor. Some scholars suggest this is mostly made up or originates primarily from aggrandized stories, as ancient historians had a tendency to do. Nevertheless, the design seems very interesting, and building a great new harbor district would boost the wealth of our capital tremendously, since demand for trade is rising steadily. So it would give us a Carthaginian design harbor for the end of the game, more trade efficiency, local trade power, force limit, and prestige, and some base tax and production. So a lot of things we can do. These things kind of just unlock. I'm not sure what the triggers are exactly. Maybe the Elysian culture change. We can spread our religion. I'm not going to do it, actually. The reason being that... Oh, Doeg get insulted us. Who are you allied to? Oh god. Okay. Formation of the Barbaroi Councils. It seems the numerous native Barbaroi has not taken our continuous colonization lying down. Barbaroi is the Greek for barbarian, I believe. It's a term... Anyway, several prominent native chieftains and local war heroes have formed a council of sorts in one of our outlying provinces, and they demand greater autonomy and practice of their religious customs. Thus far, thanks to their high numbers within our colonies, they have succeeded, and it is likely that other such Barbaroi councils will soon form. They will soon know their place. So what this does is unlock another estate. The Barbaroi Council represents a federation of disparate native tribes within our borders that have banded together to promote their indigenous interests. If we care anything at all about our native neighbors, it would be best to heed their demands, but lest we face an uprising. So, the Barbaroi is something that I don't give land to, usually. Well, I haven't in the past. All it does is increase, like, the mercenaries' cost and stuff when they're disloyal. And there's a decision later on that lets you disband the estate entirely. So I usually just wait for that event to fire. And the spread the religion thing I don't use because if it fails, which it has every time I've tried it, when it fails, the patriarch authority is reduced by 5, and it's really hard to get that up sometimes. Okay, another event. Nobles employed as cataphracts. Horses are still a rare commodity brought with us from the east. Ever since then, we have tried to protect them from harm as much as possible. Our nobles protect their finest and strongest horses with heavy chainmail like the cataphracts of old, and this has allowed them to command troops safely from the front, and join in on cavalry charges without much risk of lethal injuries. Should we encourage this development and adopt commanders and officers from the wealthy nobles only? Yes, commanders are most useful on the front and alive. And we get cataphract nobles, 10% cavalry combat ability for the cost of stability. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab this. Or we could get a stability by losing prestige. Just for the flavor. Cataphracts were the Byzantine knights. They were pretty strong and they were powerful in their time. Yeah, the downside to this is that this is always up because it's annoying. So hopefully it'll pop up again if another faction needs land. Voice is starting to give out. Alright, I still can't see any of these centers of trade in there. Pay the legitimacy, actually. It's not as important. Okay, here's another pivotal moment. Your brother's expedition. We have barely established ourselves in this strange new world, and already your younger brother is making trouble. He has heard tales from the natives of gleaming cities of gold, which lay far to the southeast, or should be southwest. He's now requesting our permission to lead a small expedition south and establish another settlement. You have my full support. 10,000 manpower is quite a bit. I'll do it. Spartans in Mesoamerica. Alright, so this is the other one of the other things about this mod. Your brother has sent word that he has arrived in a strange new land, calling it New Laconia, after the land around the ancient city of Sparta. Upon founding the city of New Sparta, he styled himself as the new Leonidas, a legendary Spartan king, and declared war on the natives. May God be with him. I'm going with him myself. So you can play as him if you want. Spartacon. If we say this, then we can't interfere with him for 50 years, it appears. So there he goes. Starts with 10 troops. And, yeah, it looks like he does start at war with a lot of people, actually. I have seen him lose, but he does have cores and everything? Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'll take your royal marriage, too. I have seen him lose this war before, though. I mean, obviously he just demolished that one, but... okay, as we explore the continent, we have made marvelous discoveries, from new fauna and flora to great and intricate rivers and other surprises. But we certainly can't say that we ever expected to find something like what the natives call of Cahokia. A grand city built on top of giant earth mounds and standing between the intersection of 3 great rivers. Right here, I guess, or right here. Cahokia stands both as an oddity, as a shining example of the potential of this new land and its people. Truly a sight to behold. So I don't really understand the use of that. Like, I don't know if Cahokia is meant to be something special. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Alright, so building those marketplaces have really helped us in the node. We're now earning almost 5 ducats. Can we see? Yeah. It's actually helped us enough to the point where I don't think I need someone collecting there. I should have checked this. Oop. No, we actually lost money. Well, let me double check. Alright, so 469. I will take this guy. $480. Yeah, so we are actually losing money, so I guess I'll just keep it like that. And Alba's almost halfway done. That shouldn't be too much longer, especially if we get this next idea. This next idea will help that a lot. Anyway, I think I'm going to call the episode here. We have witnessed the rise of Spartacon, which is being sieged. But, yeah, they've popped up. We have formed an alliance with the 2 tribes up in the north, and completely converted our lands to the true faith. So we're in a good spot. We've formed a patriarch in our capital, and a center of trade. And we've also have a Seagate toll going now in the harbor, so we're looking good. Anyway, this has been Miskatonic, and I'll see you guys next time.